First of all, I'd like to start off by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to teachers, sellers, and apostles of great millstone. Likewise, brothers, put on this truth. Faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep, and to you, brothers and sisters, tuning in. Shalom. Today's lesson is titled, The Trouble Ahead. Eyes on the tribes. And the tribes that we're speaking about are the tribes that are in the Northern Kingdom, okay, which is the so-called Latinos and Hispanic tribes, okay. Right now, we have this man, Trump, along with Elon Musk, and, that man that is going to be spearheading the deportation process, okay, which we know it involves much more than just simply, deporting Jakes out of Great Babylon, America, okay. It's going to involve a whole lot of things. So we're going to take a look at a couple of video clips and, of course, go into the scriptures, because we've been warning you, and many of you see us out there on the highway and the byway, you ignore us, you drive past us, you screw up your windows. You don't take heed to the warning because your life right now is comfortable, and you think that this devil, which we have time and time again told you that the so-called white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, is not bluffing. Let's start off with our first scripture. This is the book of Habakkuk 2, and start at verse 2, and it reads, And the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. We can't make it more plain than, having the signs that we have out there. We show you the 12 tribe signs. Okay, we have pictures of Caesar Borgia with horns. We have pictures of slavery. We have pictures of the dietary laws. We have other placards, okay, of scriptures that we hold up. We have it all up there. Okay, and brothers are diligent going out on the highway and the byway, standing up where people can see us and speaking boldly with a loud voice. And yet so you people ignore us. Continue to say, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Okay, and right now, okay, we are a few days from the inauguration of Donald Trump. And what does he plan to do? He plans to execute the largest deportation in history, which we know it's not going to be deportation. It's going to be incarceration in these internment camps. Let's take a look at this video clip and you'll get an idea.
If you go after a immigrant who has a criminal record, you find him at home, his wife is there. She does not have a criminal record. Does she get arrested?
Is she illegal in the United States?
If she is. If she's undocumented, does she get arrested too?
Yes. And she will be processed, and we'll let the immigration judge decide what happens to her.
You're talking around Inauguration Day, even on Inauguration Day?
I'm not going to forecast what we're doing and where we're doing it, but you can count on worksite enforcement coming back.
Will mass deportation hurt the economy?
I think mass deportation and results of mass deportation are more important to this country than anything.
What happens January 21st? Where do you start?
Well, there's three rails we'll start the first day. Number one, we're going to secure the border. Number two, we're going to run the deportation operation. And number three, they'll look for these 300,000 kids. We'll find them too. President Trump's been clear. We're going to prioritize public safety threats and national security threats first, because they pose the most danger to this nation. So day one, we're going to be looking for these public safety threats, arresting them, detaining them, and deporting them. And if these sanctuary city mayors don't want to help, then get the hell out of the way, because we're coming. We're doing it.
We thought they weren't going to do mass deportations. They've found a way to do it. Now, if you are not just an undocumented immigrant, but also if you're just a non-U.S. citizen, so that includes residents as well, if you commit any number of acts, they can put you in a detention camp and keep you there until your immigration case is resolved, which could take years. And then on top of that, if the state doesn't like how the federal government handles your immigration case, like let's say they are like, actually this person gets to stay in the country, and the state doesn't like that, and they can prove they were harmed by $100, then they can sue the federal government. Which means that at a certain point, the federal government's courts are going to be so overwhelmed by all of these new immigration cases, and then so overwhelmed by the lawsuits against them anytime a state doesn't like the outcome, that essentially the federal government's going to be put in a position where their decisions on immigration cases will essentially be no one's allowed to stay in the country. Now, the important thing to notice here is that it's not deportation. It's detention centers, which are going to turn into detention camps. And fun fact, slavery is outlawed in America unless it's punishment for a crime. If you have an issue with the fact that 30% of the people fighting the fires in LA right now are unpaid prisoners, get ready to be furious, okay? Because these detention centers are basically going to turn into hubs for unpaid immigrant slave labor for massive U.S. corporations. And to the people who are like, well, they might as well contribute to society by doing some work. Hey, dum-dum, that doesn't make prices lower for you. It means now the immigrants will be taking your jobs because they can get free labor for the manufacturing instead of paying any of y'all to do it. And it's not going to make prices go down because, as we saw from the pandemic, the number one cause of soaring prices is greedflation, not inflation or cost of production. So they will continue to increase their profits and continue to raise prices for you and give your jobs to these undocumented immigrants who are now forcibly detained, probably unlawfully, in these detention centers.
And as you saw in the video clip, you saw many things going on. Okay, they've already started the process, but it's really going to make headlines. Okay, and as you can see, there's a lot of there's a lot of bickering or fighting going on because the sensible Edomites, okay, and these other tribes that are here that understand how economy work. Remember, I've always brought up videos, and other brothers have brought up videos too. We've shown this man Trump has a history of failure for his businesses. This is the man that's going to be the next sitting power here in Great Babylon, America. So he's not looking at the impact of what this is going to cost. When they're going to go to job sites and gather what they call illegal immigrants. They said that they're going to grab you out of their household, and if there's one person that's in a household that they're looking for, which they have deemed a criminal, okay, even if the other persons in the household cannot demonstrate that they are an American citizen, they too will also be shackled and taken out of there. Do you see where this is going? Okay, and you have lawmakers and these other lawyers and all these other people, saying, this can't go work this way. It's also going to impact, agriculture. Is going to impact the service industry. It's going to impact a whole lot of things. Yes, but you saw the crowds out there when he was on his MAGA campaign. They say they demand. They think. Okay, that's why we've always told you that these people are Sasquatch, man, idiots. They think that the solution to their problem, which is themselves, is by getting rid of you so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos, particularly you so-called Latinos. Okay, and right now, okay, it is your turn that the Lord is bringing those judgments on. All of us are going to get in the judgment, but right now the Lord is going to take you out of your comfort zone because you've watched your dark-skinned brother get laid out time and time again here in Great Babylon, America. Why do you sit on the sideline worshiping sweet, loving Jesus or Jesus? Okay, let's go to the book of Deuteronomy 28 and start on verse 65, because these internment camps are real. Okay, we still under the curses until we are delivered out here. We are still under these curses. This is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 65. It says, among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy feet have rest, but the Lord Yahweh shall give thee a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. So you're coming over here from Mexico, Argentina, Venezuela, Nicaragua, Ecuador, Panama, Brazil, wherever the hell you're coming from over here, and you're thinking that you're going to get a better life because you saw it on television. That's not going to happen. You're coming in, but you're never going to leave here. Okay, and in this place, you're experiencing that right now. So under the Biden administration, they were putting you in hotels, or they might have, giving you some food or giving you some, substance to be able to buy food or whatever the case is like that. But at the same time, as he was pretending to help you, they're also accusing you of criminal acts. It didn't matter whether they have proof or not. They don't care. When you understand how the devil works, they don't care. Okay, and it says, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have no assurance of thy life. Several things that should jump to you when you look at that video. Okay, you hear the voices, okay, that was speaking in that video. Internment camp, meaning that as when they collect you, okay, think about the criminal system or the justice system in this country, and I use the word justice loosely here, okay. They can hold you, okay, under probable cause. They don't have to have the evidence, okay, probable cause. So there could be probable cause that you committed a crime, or there could be probable cause that you're an illegal immigrant simply because you cannot produce a document showing otherwise, okay. And they're saying that they're going after children, women, entire households. This is not going to be done the way you think it's going to be done, where they're going to gently hold you, because there's going to be jakes who's going to resist, and as they start to resist, okay, they're going to make that tempo up even more. They're going to get much more aggressive, okay. You can have what is called collateral deportation. Collateral deportation. They're saying right now, in fact, I'll be going into an article, but first, okay, let's go into the book of 2nd Ezra 16, and starting with verse 70, because you have to understand, there's not going to be any escape once you're here in the continent United States. Okay, this place is divided into FEMA zone. Okay, so I'm here in Texas. This is FEMA zone number 6. Okay, and there's several other states that's associated with this. Okay, so it's divided into different zones. And these governments have now agreed that they are going to assist the federal government in executing what Trump is going to go do. Okay, so you keep in mind that this nation is divided. Okay, you have people who are saying, well, this is going to impact the price of food, all this other stuff. Who's going to do all of this and stuff? Remember, we talk about the fact that there's going to be a famine here in Great Babylon, America. Yes, there's going to be a famine, because if there's nobody doing the manual labor required to put the food in the supermarkets and driving the trucks and doing all these things, cleaning up the poop and all that stuff like that, what do you think is going to happen? Take a look at the average Babylonian here. These kids don't grow up in households where they're taught to clean up after themselves or take any form of responsibility. How quickly is this place going to fall into a deplorable condition? Okay, this is 2nd Ezra 16, verse 70 reads, for there shall be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, which is the 12 tribe of Israel. They should be like mad man. Think of someone when they're mad, okay? And this is not like I'm angry. This is like mad, like they're crazy, man. Okay, going crazy. Sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them into their houses. So when they're rounding you up and they're coming to your house and they're kicking your door down, okay, in fact, what did they mention here? They mentioned that people can call an 800 number or hotline and report people that they suspect of being an illegal immigrant. So if you look like a Latino, somebody can call and say you're an illegal immigrant or you have illegal activities going on in your house. They see people that may be undocumented, immigrants. You have a time right now, a lot of people broke as hell, they don't have any money, okay? Even your best friends or your people that you associate with may be tempted to drop the dime on your ass. And it's going to be up to you to prove who you are. Okay, how many of you carry your identity with you? And I'm not talking about your driver's license, and I'm not going to sit down here and tell you what you need to go do. Okay, because if you don't show the prophecy enough respect to stop by the camp or even inquire on the videos, okay, of how this is going to play out, we're not going to sit down here and give you a walkthrough and what you could possibly do and how to be wise in this time like that. The scripture is telling you that. But we're telling you they're going to be like mad man. They're going to be body slamming your ass. They're going to be gun butting you because a lot of you are going to fight back. Especially, let's say, for example, you're a green card person. Because they're saying right now, in fact, I'm going to bring out this article here because this is very interesting. And this is a part of an article that I find, and this should show you exactly where they're going with this, okay? This should show you exactly where they're going with this. So this part of the article that I found, it says, I'll read just this little part of it right here. It says, because they're looking at Texas to start this off, and, you look at a town like El Paso, which is mainly Latinos and Hispanics, okay, and they think they're safe, okay? They think they're safe in numbers. It's like, no, they're going to hit this town. You best believe they're going to hit this town. It says all immigrants, even if they have legal status, can face deportation if they're accused of serious crimes like murder, domestic violence, drunk driving, sexual assault, or murder. Look at the word accused. It means they only have to be accused. You don't have to, there's no proof of it. Accused. This is how they operate. Okay, where are you going to get money from for the law system? You heard an a lawyer to go fight the system. You heard what they said. It could take months, okay, for them to go through the system. You could be sitting in those internment camps. What do you think? They could be just feeding you 3 meals a day? No, they could be putting your ass to work to build these 15-minute cities. Oh, you Jakes you really don't understand what's going on, do you? This is a judgment that's coming from the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. You don't get it. You don't get it. He created Esau to do exactly what he's going to be doing. It says, Congress is now considering a bill that will let officials support immigrants for less serious crimes like shoplifting. Okay? Keep in mind the word accused. Accused. Okay? Accused. So right now, green card holders can now could be taken out, or if they're accused of shoplifting, and this is what they're looking to do, or drunk driving or anything like that. You're not an American citizen, so you're a green card holder. They can take you and throw you in those internment camps because you still have legal status, but you're not an American citizen, meaning you have not been naturalized. Do you see how this is going to work? So how many are undocumented, and how many actually are documented with legal status here? That right now they're bringing out these bills that can still put you into the category of those who are undocumented. So this is a war against the children of Israel. They're not going after the so-called Chinese, and they're not going after the so-called Arabs or the so-called Africans. They're not going after them. Those are undocumented too, but they're not going after them. We're telling you they're coming after the children of Israel, okay? And this is what's going to happen. They're going to kick you out of your house because they're going to be like madman, crazy and psychotic, and they're going to do horrible physical harm to you. Okay, let's go into the book of Isaiah 1 and start in verse 3, and it reads, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel do not know. My people do not consider a sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward. When you take a look at you Latinos and Hispanics, okay, you deny your dark skin power, or deny the fact that what y'all call Jesus is actually a dark skinned man. Okay, you can say similar to what a black man is or a Negro is. The same thing with the Most High. Okay, who you call God. Okay, but y'all prefer to put your hold on to the rosary. Look at the Jesus Christ, and that's who you give your glory to, the so-called white man's God, okay, which is idol, because you can't even accept the fact that your power, okay, is a dark-skinned man. This is the reason why you will not accept the prophets. Majority of the prophets out there on the highway and the byway were dark-skinned men in a low status in this world. So people don't have no respect for us. Women don't have respect for us. Men don't have respect for us. Children don't have respect for us. Even animals don't even have respect for us. Nobody has respect for us. And that's our portion. That's what we deal with. Okay? But this is our job. Our job is to give that warning, because we already know we're going to be glorified. We're going to be kept safe while this horror is going to be taking place against you 2/3 unbelievers. Okay? And we're not even going to talk about the rest of these tribes or these other nations that are considered just spit or nothing to the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. We're not even going to talk about their judgments, because they're all dead. Okay, we're talking about the children of Israel. That's our concern. Okay, let's go into the book of 1 Peter and start verse. This is 1 Peter 4 and start verse 17. It says, "For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of power." So judgment is going to begin at the house of power, which is the 12 tribe of Israel. Okay, and that judgment is starting right now. In fact, we've always been under judgment through slavery, all the bad things that's been happening to us. That's judgment. But we're about now to go through what is known as Jacob's trouble, and this here is going to lead into that, because a lot of our people, they brought over a lot of so-called criminals and bad people, and the first thing they say they're going to do is they're going after those criminals first, or so-called gangs. Well, there's no doubt this is going to involve shootings and all the other things. It's going to go on, a resistance and stuff. It's just going to make them even more angry. This is why you see that spirit. Okay, as I mentioned in 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 71, it says they should be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Why you think they can be like that? Okay, because if you've already gone to different houses. If you're part of ICE or whatever, the troops that are going to be going out there knocking on these doors, you go with the intention of handcuffing somebody and taking them and putting them in these vehicles that you're going to be transporting them with, and you're getting bullets flying at you. Well, what spirit are you going to be going into these other houses after that? You're going in that spirit of putting spics to death, man. Okay? And don't worry, Southern Kingdom tribes, you so-called Haitians, they coming at your ass too. Okay? And there's going to be a lot of misidentification. Even African Americans are going to get caught up in that because can you prove you're an actual citizen? How many of you actually can prove that? Do you have a birth certificate? Huh? And even if you do, the Lord might have just chosen you to go through that hell and anguish. When somebody body slam you on the ground, put their knee in your back, handcuff you and treat you like absolute shit and throw you in some cage, that's going to mess with your mind. And a lot of people have never had hands put on them before. It's a bad experience. You trust me on that when I tell you that, okay? It's a bad experience. So you people get a whole lot of mental anguish that's going to be coming to your ass, okay? You've never been in this situation, okay? And especially you damn soft Hispanics and Latinos, living in your nice houses and stuff like that, and think that this doesn't apply to you. You best believe it applies to your ass, okay? So it says, for the time has come that judgment was begun at the house of power, and if it first began at us, what shall the end be for them that obey not the gospel of power? Okay, keep that in mind, because the Lord is going to judge his prophets and judge all of us. We all going through judgments, okay? Let's go into 2nd Ezra 16 and 73. It says, let's go start with verse 72. It said, they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them in their houses. Then shall it be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Okay, so the ones that the Lord is going to save is going to be tried as gold in the fire. Okay, brothers are going to probably give up the faith and say, I was never a Hebrew Israelite. I was never a part of this camp or that camp. I don't know this brother, blah, blah, blah. Others are going to say, man, fuck you, and take the sword and take the guillotine, okay, or the firing squad or whatever comes. All right. So this is how this is going to go. So if that's going to happen and the righteous getting tried, it says, what do you think is going to happen to the ungodly? Those who proud, look by, drive by, turn up their music, screw up their window, ignore your ass. I guarantee you, we're probably within 2 months or so like that, the camps out there are going to start to get very, very popular as that fear starts to build up. It says, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yahweh Shemashai is angry at us. I don't think you jakes understand that. Who you call God and Jesus, they're very angry. The Most High is very angry. And only the 1/3 is going to be saved because he gave 1/3 to Yahweh Shai. Okay? He gave 1/3 to Yahweh Shai, so that's who Yahweh Shai is going to protect. Only the 1/3. This is why you see us brothers, we want to be on that list. Because the Lord creates everything. So you can imagine he can put you to death in so many ways. It's beyond comprehension. Okay? Fear beyond your belief. You're so scared you can't even poop for a couple of days. Okay? Seriously. There's that kind of fear, man. Let's go into the book of Hosea 5:15. It says, I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face in their affliction. They shall seek me early. Now, interesting enough, I want you to see this little short clip I'm going to show you. There's some jakes that are actually they're running. They're getting the hell out of here, man. Some of them are these migrants. They're getting the hell. They're running back. Something is in there. The spirit is on them to like. This is more than just being deported. Okay, this is death coming. This is death. So they're going before they can't get the hell out. What did Trump them say that they're going to do the first part in the phases of this? Okay, so I can imagine what their operation order looks like. Their port. Okay, they're gonna close the fence, cut off all access in and all access out. Okay, by foot. Okay, or out of Great Babylon, America. Okay, and now once they get everybody trapped in here, then they can go to work, rounding up and do whatever the hell they feel. They already have all of these FEMA camps and all these internment camps already built. What do you think they was doing with these Costco's and Walmarts and stuff that they were shutting down in these big warehouses and these big shopping malls and stuff? Those have been gutted out to turn into double internment camps. And some of you migrants are actually going to be help building more internment camps for newer migrants that's going to be coming. And yes, they're going to be separating the men and the women and the children from each other, because Esau has a lot of things that he's going to be doing with your little girl and your little boy. Okay, you better think about that. Okay, so it says, I will go return to my place until they acknowledge their offense and seek my face in their affliction. They should seek me early. Of course, you're going to seek him early, because when that terror comes to you, whoo, man, oh man, oh man. But see, a lot of you're still stubborn. You're still stubborn, Jake. You are still stubborn. You just don't see it, do you? You're mesmerized by Elon Musk and Trump, and you think somehow you're special. Especially you Latinos and Hispanics that are working in government or working, in what you think is powerful positions, which that's only an illusion in your own head. You're not powerful, okay? We're slaves here, all right? So this is applied to your ass too, okay? You might be sitting on the screen there and going, okay, you see, you always have to think it applies to you. We are the prophets. We bring out the warning and the message, but guess what we always have in the back of our mind, and we say it out loud. We hope to be part of the elect, meaning what? We don't want to be just messengers preaching this gospel, putting up videos, investing our time in, only to find out we're not part of the elect. That's going to be devastating to us, okay? Very devastating. So guess what? You doggone proud ass Hispanic and Latinos out there, and even you dark skin looking Jakes out there, sitting out there thinking that you might be safe because you're a politician or you're somebody in society. Guess what? You're subject to all of this. You're subject to all that wrath that this devil is going to be bringing on the children of Israel, because you don't understand. His work is actually the work of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Okay, this is Isaiah 5 and verse 11. It says, woe unto them that rise up early in the morning, that they may follow strong drink, that continue until night, till wine inflame them, and the harp and the viol and the tabret and pipe and wine, and in their feasts, but they regard not the work of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, neither consider the operations of his hand. So this is an operation that's coming from the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. But again, if you are not homeless, or you're not, or you think you're, well, I was born here, I'm American citizen, third generation Latinos, Hispanic, this is not going to happen to me, I'm not worried about it, I'm not worried about it. You should be. You should be. And didn't I tell you there's going to be misidentification, there's going to be collateral deportation, damage? The Lord could have them grab you or your car. You have proof that you're a citizen? No. So you're going to need to get that proof. But you're going to be in an internment camp or in a holding cell for a long period of time before somebody can come down there. And guess what? If you do get that phone call, there's going to be so many inside there like that. The phone is going to be busy, all that stuff. Even if you do get a call, chances are you might not have somebody that's willing to come down there and show their face. Because now they're starting to realize, wait a minute, just looking like a Hispanic can get your ass slammed to the ground and hog tie and taken to one of these internment camp. So people can be like abandoning people, man. They'd be like, tough shit for you, man. Okay? Let's close up with the book of Jeremiah 14 and start verse 15, because see, a lot of you are still following these false doctrines. You're stubborn as hell. You're not gonna listen. Why would you listen? This is entertainment for you. I know I'll be shocked if anyone's even listening to this video right now up to this point. You don't. You click onto it and they'll go, oh, there's no bullshit going on. Okay, click next. And that's all this is a joke to y'all. That's fine. That's fine. It says, therefore thus said the Lord Yahweh Shai concerning the prophets that prophesy in my name, and I sent them not, yet they say, sword and famine shall not be in this land. By sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed. So you have these IUIC and these other, I call them YouTube wannabe celebrity prophets out there. They're more concerned about the thousands of views and maybe someone click on that button and give them $5. It's like you can tell that they're low level, man. Low level mentality. They're not interested in your in your salvation. They're not interested in their own salvation even. Okay, because somehow they think they can escape the judgment, which we have, clearly brought out that the Lord is not going to allow you to escape. Okay, judgment will begin at the house of Israel. Okay, Yasharallah. Okay, but you like to have that strong wine and drink. It feels good, it smells good, and it sounds good. And you know what? You can go to bed and sleep at night knowing that they're not going to kick your door down. We'll see. And when we see it, woo. We're gonna be making lessons left and right on you, Jakes, as we see your pictures on the TV, as you scream, Yeah, because me, I like a good joke. I do. All right. Continuing, it says, and the people to whom they prophesy should be cast out in the streets of Jerusalem because of the famine and the sword, and they shall have none to bury them, their wives, nor their sons, nor their daughters, for I will pour their wickedness upon them. So keep listening to your pastor, your Christian pastor, your Catholic pastor. Keep kissing the rosary. Keep looking at sweet loving Jesus statue and his picture, and screaming his name versus learning the name of the Lord, Yahweh Shemi Shai, and keep believing that somehow you can pacify this devil whom the Lord had set up to do exactly what he's going to go do, okay, which is to terrorize your ass and put your wicked ass to death. Lord willing, the elect is edified. I'd like to close up by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem.